somewhere along the way, between the bills, the meetings, the responsibilities, most people forget. They forget what it felt like the very first time a car took their breath away. That moment as a kid, maybe in a driveway, maybe on a road, maybe just in a poster on a bedroom wall, when you saw something on four wheels and thought, I want that. I need that. This channel exists to bring that feeling back. Every week, every video, every car. Welcome. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. The 2026 Buick Skylark is real. It's happening, and it looks like this. Standing here in front of this car right now, in this breathtaking metallic British white, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I got a little emotional, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Because for those of you who know the history, who know what the Skylark name means in American automotive culture, you understand exactly why this moment feels so big. This isn't just a new car reveal. This is Buick reaching back 70 years into its own soul, pulling out the greatest chapter it ever wrote and saying, we're telling that story again, but bigger, better, bolder. And the crazy thing, the thing that nobody is talking about yet, there's something about this car, something I noticed when I walked around it the first time, that tells me Buick knows exactly what they're doing. There's a detail on this car that connects directly to the original 1953 Skylark that almost nobody has spotted yet. I'm going to show you exactly what that is before this video is over. So stay with me. Let's start outside. Let's start with what hits you first, because the first look at this car is genuinely unforgettable. The color, metallic British white. I want to spend a moment here because this is not just a paint choice. This is a statement of intent. British white is the color of prestige. It's the color of classic elegance. Think of the greatest luxury automobiles ever made, the ones parked outside country clubs in the 1950s. The ones that made people stop on the sidewalk and stare. They wore exactly this shade. And on the 2026 Skylark, under sunlight, this paint has a depth and a shimmer to it that photographs simply cannot capture. There's a warmth underneath the white, almost a faint silver glow, that makes the body panels look carved rather than stamped. This is a car that changes depending on where you're standing and what the light is doing, and that's rare. That is genuinely rare. Now the front end. Buick has gone back to basics here, and I mean that as the highest possible compliment. The grille on this car is wide, low, and horizontal, exactly the way it was on the classic Skylarks of the early 50s. That wide, open face that just radiates confidence without aggression. The headlights are long and set low into the front fascia, and they have this beautifully sculpted chrome surround that frames them like jewelry. The hood stretches out long and flat in front of you, and there's a subtle power dome running down the center, barely there, just enough to give it muscle. The front bumper is full and wrapped, finished in chrome, and it sweeps back cleanly into the lower body. The whole front end communicates one thing: authority. Calm, composed, unquestionable authority. And here's something I want you to notice as we move down the side, because this is where the designers earned their salary. The roofline. Look at that roofline. It's a full hardtop, pillarless hardtop, just like the classic Skylarks, which means when those windows come down, there is nothing between the door glass and the rear glass, just open air. This was revolutionary in 1953, and Buick has brought it back in 2026. The roofline flows from the A-pillar in one long, graceful arc, all the way down to the tail. And the whole silhouette, I want you to really look at this. The whole silhouette of this car from the side looks like a wave. Like a slow, powerful ocean wave, frozen mid-motion. There's no abrupt angles, no harsh breaks, just one continuous flow of metal from the nose to the tail. The body also has what I can only describe as a hip, a subtle flare over the rear wheel arch that gives the car a planted, wide stance look. The wheels fill those arches perfectly, and the wheel choice on this car is inspired. Deep dish chrome spoke wheels that look straight out of 1955 but feel completely right in 2026. Chrome on British white. There's nothing better. There's nothing cleaner. The chrome side molding runs along the lower body, just like it did on the original. And this is the secret detail I was talking about at the beginning. If you look closely at that chrome trim line, you'll see it mirrors almost exactly the trim line from the 1953 Skylark. Buick's designers have literally traced the DNA of the original car into this modern body. That is not an accident. That is a love letter. That is Buick saying, we remember, we honor what we built. Now we walk to the rear. And the rear of this car. I've shown this photo to 6 different car enthusiasts this week, none of whom knew what they were looking at. And every single one of them said the same 3 words: What is that? The taillights are wide, horizontal chrome-framed units that glow a deep amber red. They're round, actual round taillights, sitting in chrome bezels, nodding directly to the classic round rear lights of the original Skylark. The trunk lid has a beautifully arched shape, with a subtle chrome trim strip along the lip, and the rear bumper is full, heavy chrome, the kind of chrome that has weight and presence, the kind that says this car was built in an era when cars were supposed to feel like something, like a statement, like an event. Now let's get inside, because this interior, this is where I need you to really pay attention. Saddle tan, leather. I chose this color for a reason that goes deeper than aesthetics. The original 1954 Buick Skylarks, the genuine article, the first-generation cars that collectors today fight over at Barrett-Jackson, were famously offered in this exact white and tan leather combination. Photographs of those original cars in showrooms show that caramel saddle tan interior against the white body, and it looked like the most expensive thing on four wheels. It still does. Buick has honored that in 2026, and walking through that door into this interior feels like stepping into a warm golden memory. The seats are broad, deep, and enveloping. Bench-style front seat, wide and generous, trimmed in this gorgeous saddle tan leather with contrast brown stitching and a classic straight pleat pattern. No diamond quilting, no modern geometry, just clean, wide pleats. Exactly the way they did it in the golden age of American luxury. The dashboard is wide and sweeping, with a central arc that runs across the full width of the cabin. The instrument cluster sits behind a chrome bezel, round gauges, white faces with amber needles. The steering wheel is a classic two-spoke design, wrapped in matching tan leather with a chrome horn ring. And that chrome horn ring, I cannot explain to you how right that looks in this car. The door panels carry the same saddle tan leather with a horizontal chrome trim strip bisecting the panel. Again, a direct visual callback to the original Skylark's interior trim. The carpet is a deep caramel brown, just slightly darker than the leather, and the headliner is a warm cream fabric that makes the whole cabin feel bright and airy even on overcast days. Every surface you touch in this car feels considered. Nothing is accidental. Nothing is lazy. This is craftsmanship with intention. Now let's talk about what makes this car go. Under that long hood, Buick is expected to fit a 3.6-liter naturally aspirated V6 engine, producing somewhere around 310 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque, figures that are entirely appropriate for a car of this character. This is not a muscle car. This is not a drag racer. This is a grand touring machine, and that engine suits it perfectly. It'll carry you from 0 to 60 in around 6 seconds, and it'll do so with a composure and smoothness that the original Skylark, with its massive thundering V8, never quite had. The exhaust note is expected to be tuned for a deep, classic American rumble through twin chrome exhaust tips, round tips, naturally sitting symmetrically below that wide rear bumper. There's also strong speculation of a larger 5.0-liter V8 option for those who want to push closer to the 400 horsepower mark. And if Buick is smart, and I think they are, they'll offer both. The ride is expected to be tuned firmly on the comfortable side, with a suspension setup that irons out road imperfections without losing the driver connection that makes a car like this rewarding to drive on a long, open road. Air suspension has been rumored, nothing confirmed, but I wouldn't be surprised. Now, the number, the price that everybody wants to know. Industry analysts and insiders are expecting the base 2026 Buick Skylark to open somewhere around $52,000 to $58,000 US. For what this car is, for the design, the materials, the heritage, the sheer presence of it, that is an extraordinary value. Comparable European alternatives with this level of visual drama and interior quality are sitting in the $80,000 to $90,000 range. And collectors and automotive journalists who've already seen this car in person are saying one thing consistently: buy it early. Buy it before people realize what it is. Because once the world catches on, prices on early examples are going to climb fast. Release is expected in the second half of 2026 with limited first edition production numbers. Buick has not yet confirmed those numbers. But if history is any guide, the original 1953 Skylark had only around 1,690 units built, and those cars today trade for well over $100,000 at auction. Let that sink in. 1,690 cars. That's it. And every single one of them is worth a fortune today, because people didn't act fast enough when they had the chance. Here's what I want you to think about before you close this video. Right now, in this moment, you are watching this car before most people even know it exists. The forum threads are just starting. The mainstream press hasn't fully picked it up yet. You are ahead of the curve. You are exactly where the people who bought a 1953 Skylark from a showroom in 1953 were. We're looking at something extraordinary before the world caught up. Don't be the person who watches this video 5 years from now, sees these cars selling for double the sticker price, and says, "I knew about it, I just waited." I started this video by asking you one question. When was the last time a car genuinely surprised you? I hope right now, standing here, looking at this, you have your answer. The 2026 Buick Skylark. Metallic British white, saddle tan leather. A legend reborn. Every car you've ever loved. Every car you've ever dreamed about. Every car that ever made your jaw drop. This channel exists for exactly that. For exactly this moment. If you want to be part of this journey, hit subscribe right now, because what's coming next on this channel is even bigger than this. Drop a comment below. Are you buying? What's your first reaction? I read every single one. I'll see you in the next one.